Greetings. My name is Reverend Dr. Aleze Fulbright, and it is an honor to serve as your Secretary of the General Conference. As we lean into annual conference season, one of the primary business actions convened at each and every annual conference is the ratification of the constitutional amendments based on the actions of the postponed 2020 General Conference. As you may be aware, there were several actions that were convened and decided upon at General Conference, and the opportunity for lay and clergy to lend their voice and their vote is through the ratification process. Back in December, we, as the Office of the General Conference, worked with our bishops and annual conference secretaries to disseminate educational information related to the specific constitutional amendments that are up for ratification. That information can be found in collaboration with UMCOM at resourceumc.org. Just type in constitutional amendments and you will see the information that had convened at General Conference, as well as the educational information that we have placed in distribution since December 2024. So many will ask, so what is this ratification process and what does it have to do with me? I'm glad you asked. So in our 2020-2024 Book of Discipline, paragraph 60, paraphrased in part, that our ratification process is canvassed by the bishops and it is an opportunity for lay and clergy to lend their voice and vote to the amendments, that the constitutional amendments within the United Methodist Church. Also understanding that this is the way in which our connection in collective is able to lend voice and vote regarding the future of our United Methodist Church. Paragraph 60 in part states that this is an aggregate vote that has to pass by a 2/3 majority of all annual conference members present and voting in order for there to be any amendments, in order for the amendments to take place. So, such a few things for your consideration. We have been working with our Council of Bishops and the annual conference secretaries, for which they have an official certificate of action. And in that certificate of action, along with instructions, we have outlined how the vote could take place and should take place in each and every annual conference. One, only those that are eligible to vote, lay and clergy who are in full connection and or equalization members, are eligible to vote. Additionally, the vote is at the discretion of the annual conference related to should it be electronic or should it be a paper ballot. Those instructions have been given regarding the various means of how the vote will be collected. Please know that there will be 4 separate votes, 4 separate ballots related to the decisions of General Conference and the constitutional amendments that must be ratified. Each vote will be open and closed, respectively, until the conclusion of voting. Please know within the voting process that each of these items can be debated but cannot be amended, as it will alter the decision of General Conference, and that will be ruled out of order. If further amendments are needed and necessary, I would encourage you, when we open the portal for future legislation at a future General Conference, to exercise your right as a member of the United Methodist Church to further that legislation. There will be 4 separate votes, 4 separate ballots. On the first ballot, it will be all of the constitutional amendments related to regionalization. Those items are taken as an action of General Conference, for which you will see multiple constitutional amendments related to the actions of regionalization for which needs to be ratified. That will be vote number 1, ballot number 1. Vote number 2, ballot number 2, is related to paragraph number 4 regarding and titled The Inclusiveness of the Church. Please know that this particular paragraph has nothing to do with the former related to regionalization. These are two separate ballots, two separate votes related to those constitutional amendments. So the second ballot will be open. There will be opportunity to debate based on the debating policies and practices of your annual conference. The vote will be taken and will be closed. The third vote, the third ballot, will be around the racial justice from paragraph number 5 from the 2020-2024 Book of Discipline. Again, it will be open. There will be opportunity for debate. They will then close. The fourth ballot, the fourth vote, will be related to who is able to vote related to clergy delegates. And that is the fourth ballot, the fourth vote. It will be open. There will be opportunity for debate. The ballot will close and the vote will conclude. One of the important aspects of living out of paragraph 60 is that each every annual conference's decision is not publicized. Therefore, many will be inquiring regarding what is the outcomes of your specific annual conference, which will not be announced. And many will ask, well, why can we not know what our annual conference voted? Again, it is a 2/3 aggregate vote of all annual conferences persons who are present and voting. Therefore, it will be a challenge if one annual conference presents its outcomes and it is publicized with the assumption that that is the outcome of the United Methodist Church. Each presiding bishop and also annual conference secretary has been informed related to the opening and closing of each ballot that at the conclusion of your voting that no outcomes will be communicated. Please also note that this canvassing process starts as we begin annual conference season and has a timeline end of October 31, 2025, where myself and the Executive Secretary of the Council of Bishops, Bishop Gregory V. Palmer, will collate all of the information that we have received from the official certificates of actions, present it to the Council of Bishops for affirmation, and the entire United Methodist Church will be able to hear and know the results by the middle of November 2025, for which we will be able to share what the outcome of each and every vote, each and every ballot was. We will not disclose how each and every annual conference voted for the sake of the integrity of the process and because it is a 2/3 aggregate vote of each and every annual conference's members who are present and voting. Please know that we are working with and in collaboration with UMCOM to ensure that each and every person has the educational information that is needed and necessary. We also know that our general secretaries, their boards, commissions, and agencies are actively involved in producing information that educates persons related to their respective constitutional amendment. So please, resourceumc.org could be your first place of trying to identify all the information that you need, as well as your annual conference secretary, and of course, your Episcopal office. We at the Office of the General Conference are here to serve you, and how best we can serve, we are here to do it. Thank you so much, and happy ratifying.